But I mastered that style. It's like the 5 deadly venoms. So all he had to do was get next to a nigga like that, he could destroy it.
Believe in that, for real. We plan to take the same strategy we use with Death Row West, mind over matter, taking all our weaknesses and making it into our strength. That all these people talk about an East Coast, West Coast war, they like the Judas was to Jesus. They only here to cause confusion. We here to bring money and to bring change. They here to cause confusion. All these weak rappers, Nas, all these suckers, they battling off of East and West like this is a game. This ain't no game. If this was chess, we'd be yelling checkmate 3 years ago because we've been beat these. It's not a game.
What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. It's the return of Egoveli. Now, I told you when I did my rant, I don't want to be called Ego. Call me Egoveli. The only way for me to come back is as Egoveli. Hennessy. Now, I want to talk about Leo Santa Cruz in this video. And I already know, I've been doing this too long. I know the general consensus of the detractors who don't want to have to hear what I say. And I prepared for that. Just like a good boxer, if you're a complete fighter, then you cover your tracks and you expect different attacks. So before I even get into what I have to say about this, a lot of people, they say, oh, Ego, you hate Lampley, you hate Leo Santa Cruz. I don't hate none of these people. Hate takes energy. I don't even know a lot of these people on a personal level. I may have met some of them in passing or whatever. However, I don't hate these people. But on my channel, what I do is give my thoughts. Just like Jim Lampley gives his thoughts, Leo Santa Cruz, when he's interviewed, gives his thoughts. These are my thoughts on a certain situation. Has nothing to do with hate. Has nothing to do with race. Has nothing to do with gender, age, or anything else non-boxing. This is my perspective from boxing. In the case of Leo Santa Cruz, I just feel this is a guy with a good amount of talent who was supposed to be a rising Mexican star or just a rising star in general. And somehow, some way, his career has taken an awful U-turn, just an awful U-turn. It's like you're headed to the freeway, you're getting close to the freeway, and then you just all of a sudden flip a U-turn. That, to me, has happened to Leo Santa Cruz's career. And again, just like a good boxer, what you're going to do is you're going to prepare for the counter. You prepare for it already. And that's what I'm going to do with this video. So before I get into too much of what I want to say, just look at this. This is a video I did a year ago. So we'll click on it. Right? Ego Productions.
What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego.
Hold on. Before I get into that, this is when I was getting 151 views. That just lets you know how I worked. This was August 10th, 2013. August 10th, before Mayweather Canelo, 2013. I was getting 151 likes on videos, or excuse me, 151 views. And it says, Ego Thoughts, happy birthday, Leo Santa Cruz. And just listen to the first, it's a 6-minute video. Listen to the first part.
Some more boxing. I just want to say happy birthday to Leo Santa Cruz, who turns 25 today. I want to wish him a happy birthday. As far as Leo Santa Cruz, if you follow my channel, you'll know he's one of my favorite up-and-coming stars. Very humble, very likable fighter outside of the ring and also inside of the ring. When it comes to inside the ring, this guy is vicious. He's the most nicest kid during the post-fight interviews and whatnot, but when he's in the ring, I mean, he comes to fight. He has vicious body shots. If you haven't seen him fight, please watch Eric Morale versus Leo.
Okay, I'm gonna cut it off right there. I don't even have to say anymore. If you want to watch the video, go for it. I told you the instructions on how to get to that video. So in 2013, that's a video that I done. And the good thing with me and why I enjoy my channel is because I never have to, my defense is keeping it real and giving my honest thoughts. I don't have to do like some people. I don't have to bash a person. I give you my honest, pure thoughts. So what happens is I can be very consistent. The only thing that changes my consistency is if I'm proven wrong or someone changes. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a very consistent person. So all the people like, oh, you hate Leo Santa Cruz. Unless I got the time machine from Back to the Future, why did I make this video in 2013 and give him nothing but props? And if anything, to me, I'm more disappointed in Leo Santa Cruz because, as I mentioned earlier in this video, I think he has a lot of talent, a lot of potential to do great. And for whatever reason, he got to some of he was fighting Cesar Seta and Christian Mahares, and all of a sudden, it seemed like he was climbing up the ladder. He was fighting Alexander Munoz and Eric Morale, guys like that. Bigger test than what he had previously fought. And he started fighting sparring partners. Manuel Roman, Jesus Ruiz, like people you guys have never even heard of. So when people come at me, because maybe you can't contain your emotions, I can. I'm Egoveli. I could control my emotions. I could separate boxing from race. I could separate a personal, like, fan favorite versus what's actually happening, what's truthful. And for me, Leo Santa Cruz, for whatever reason, his career has taken a back seat. Now, what really prompted this video, I've already made a video about what I feel are the first quarter's worst mismatches. Check that video out. It's the fact of you're fighting on the May 2 undercard, Mayweather Pacquiao. It wasn't fully planned, negotiation stretch, but they literally got a guy he's ranked like 104, 112 in the world, right? He's ranked over 100, like in his division. He's ranked, so there's 100 people better than him. That's what that means. Over 100 people better than Jose Cayetano. That's ridiculous. And then Jim Lampley at the weigh-in, he was saying that the guy, a little bit more about his background. The guy is an auto insurance agent, salesperson, and he also does construction work. And this is who Leo Santa Cruz is legit fighting on Saturday, tomorrow. I can't be okay with that. Egoveli can't be okay with that. That's crazy. And if it was the first time, I'd be like, okay, they had a last-minute opponent. Stuff like that does happen. You know what I mean? I've seen Danny Garcia and Rod Salka. But you look at Danny Garcia, he fought a very tough schedule. He fought Amir Khan, Eric Morales the first time when he was the challenger and Morales was the champion. He fought Amir Khan. He fought a game southpaw in Zab Judah, and his dad got Zab Judah pissed off and all that. And Zab Judah has experience nonetheless. So Zab Judah. Then he fought different people. Lucas Matisse. They said Matisse was going to knock him out. He fought Mauricio Herrera, who's proven that he's been robbed and he's a game competitor for anyone, a challenge to anyone at 140. Then he fought Raul Salka, and people were like, oh, wow. But then after that, despite how he looked, despite how Danny Garcia looked in Lamont Peterson, because I don't think he looked great in that fight, he still took on a tougher challenge, even at a catchweight. I still give him more credit than fighting Jose Cayetano. Because, no disrespect to Jose Cayetano, I don't even know him to disrespect him. And that's the problem. It's no disrespect to him. Of course he's going to take the fight. Why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? That's a mega payday, a career payday. No one was checking for you. You get that phone call. Of course you're going to take the fight. It's for Leo Santa Cruz. And the biggest problem that I have is this is not the first time it's happened. In fact, his last two fights have been this caliber of fight, this caliber opponent. And not even just that. Other people in your division are doing more than you. Regendow in 11, 12 fights defeated Nonito Donaire, who hadn't lost in 11 years. He went over to Japan because he couldn't get another fight, got knocked down, had a tough fight, and then went to batter his opponent and hurt his eye. You look at Carl Frampton. He had a tough fight with Kiko Martinez, came back, set the record straight, showed you why there was a separation in that fight. And then recently he fought Chris Avalos, who was a game opponent, I think once defeated or something like that. And he made it look like easy work. So I can't knock these other guys in the division because they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. But for whatever reason, Leo Santa Cruz keeps taking these tune-up style fights. And again, on my channel, I give it to you real. I'm not going to lie and be like, yeah, this is a great fight. And if you guys think, this is my challenge to everybody, anytime this comes up, if I'm a hater and I'm doing this just to hate on Leo Santa Cruz, and in fact, I would actually, if Leo Santa Cruz, because he actually follows me on YouTube, or excuse me, on Twitter and Instagram, and so does his manager. So I'm gonna extend an offer. If I'm in LA, you know what I'm saying? We were supposed to get together at some point before we started doing all of this. I'll work with Leo Santa Cruz. You know what I mean? Let's work. We can work. It has nothing to do with that. But these matchups are ridiculous, and I'll tell him that straight up, me personally. And that's the type of person I am. And I just, you know what I'm saying? It's a shame to see a guy with potential go down this type of path. So it's not about, a lot of you guys want to say, oh, it's about hate and you hate him. I don't hate anybody, especially in boxing. These guys are entertainers. I just think he needs to get his career on track. beg and demand Al Heyman. If people want to use that as an excuse and say it's all Heyman's fault, then you need to demand that Heyman or whoever, your manager, your dad, work for you to get you out of this hole, because it's just not looking good fighting a guy. You're fighting Flo from Progressive, you know what I'm saying, an insurance agent. And I'm not knocking anyone's job or hustle. If you're an insurance agent, don't be mad. But at the same time, you guys aren't fighting professional fighters. So it has nothing to do with the profession. You can be, I know plenty of construction workers. I know people in the automotive industry. It has nothing to do with the job. It has something to do with the fact that a person with that job who doesn't even box full time is fighting a guy who is a champion and he is ranked in his division. And he's ranked, he's fighting someone ranked 100 and something. Ridiculous. Even as a last minute opponent. Then you got guys like Terrence Crawford, who has had back-to-back good performances. Ricky Burns took the title off him. He also beat Yuriorkis Gamboa, who was undefeated. Then he beat Ray Beltran, a guy who's better than his record suggests. Then he just recently moved up in weight, beat Thomas Delorme. Doesn't get any credit. Terrence Crawford also took the Bradis Prescott fight at 140, even though he's a 135-pound fighter at the time. He took that on 2 weeks' notice. His manager at the time, Cameron Duncan, said, hey, it's a bad look. You shouldn't take this fight. And he insisted that they give him the fight. And they did give him the fight, and it was televised. And that's when people started taking note of Terrence Crawford, because they seen him. Even the commentators, they were giving him a lot of praise and props. Like, oh, he's kind of like Pernell Whitaker. That's when people really started checking for him before he got his title, off of what he did by taking that risk. So that's all I want to see from Leo Santa Cruz. Take a risk. Fight one of the top dogs. If you want to move up and fight Abner Mares, you'll get a lot more credit than fighting Jose Cayetano. If you want to move up and fight Gary Russell Jr., Nicholas Walters, Lomachenko, you'll get credit for any of those fights. If you want to fight Rigondeaux at Super Bantam, Frampton, Quigg, you'll get credit for that. So I don't want to hear because it's a last-minute opponent. I've seen other people take fights. Kareem Mayfield from my side of town was willing to fight Sean Porter, who is a former champion, on literally 1 day's notice. So there really is no excuse. There's no excuse for this type of lackluster type of opponent for the third time in a row. You guys can get mad all you want. Egoveli said his piece. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like my video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.